Gentlemen, please remove your head coverings and please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance followed by the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Thank you, Samuel. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the commencement ceremonies of the class of 2017 for Lakeland High School. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the parents for their support in assisting their sons and daughters, our graduates, in reaching this milestone. This afternoon, we are honored to have special guests with us. As I call your name, please stand to be recognized, and please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Principal, Harrison School for the Arts, Dr. Darrell Ward. Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Jacqueline Bird. Deputy Superintendent of Schools, Mr. John Small. Associate Superintendent, Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Michael Aikes. School Board Member, District 1, the Honorable Billy Townsend. School Board Member, District 2, the Honorable Lori Cunningham. School Board District 3, the Honorable Hazel Sellers. Regional Assistant Superintendent, Mrs. Tammy Dawson. Assistant Principal of Administration, Mr. Lee Gunther. Assistant Principal of Curriculum, Mrs. Lori McCown. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Dana Simmons. Assistant Principal, Mr. O.J. Marborough. Dean of Students, Mr. Bruce Gaynor. Guidance Counselor and Chair, Mrs. Katie Heidegger Marsh. Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Deborah Alberg. Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Amy Benningfield. Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Phoebe Gonzalez. Testing Coordinator, Mrs. Jennifer Galino. Assistant Superintendent, Learning Support, Dr. Kimberly Steinke. Regional Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Tony Bellamy. Executive Principal, Mrs. Patricia Barnes. Math Teacher, Mr. Mark Livesey. English teacher, Mrs. Donna Shattuck. English teacher and senior class sponsor, Mrs. Robin Seacrest. Teacher and senior class sponsor, Ms. Nicole Farley. Exceptional student education facilitator, Mrs. Laura Lassiter. Student success coach, Mrs. Jamie Burris. Senior director, Mrs. Maria Longa. Each year, we recognize students graduating with honors by awarding them colored sash worn at graduation. With all the students with yellow sashes, please stand to be recognized. I'm proud to present to you a group of students graduating with honors and with a grade point average of 3.2 to 3.499. You may be seated. Students wearing a red sash, please stand. These students are being recognized for graduating with high honors and with a grade point average of 3.5 to 3.749. You may be seated. Will students wearing a blue sash please stand? Not blue stole, blue sash. These students are being recognized for graduating with high honors with distinction. All of these students have earned a grade point average of 3.75 for 3.99. You may be seated. Finally, students wearing blue stoles, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, these graduates have earned a grade point average of 4.0 and above and are graduating with the highest honors with distinction. You may be seated. It is important to remember that this venue is celebrated with the context of a serious and formal ceremony. It is this formality and solemn approach that gives graduation its mystique. Each student who walks across this platform deserves our attention and respect for their accomplishments. Each deserves to have his or her name clearly heard. Please be mindful of all graduates. As our name is called, we will recognize all of our graduates in proper fashion and at the appropriate time. Thank you. At this time, please welcome Mr. Mark Livesey for his presentation of the class salutatorian.
Good afternoon. My name is Mark Livesey, and I've had the honor of teaching AP Statistics to our next speaker and class salutatorian, Faith Taylor. And before inviting her to the stage, let's look at some of the data, if you will. Faith's academic achievements are astounding. She's graduating today with a 4.656 GPA. She has taken 15 AP courses, including 7 during her senior year. She has won numerous scholar and leadership awards, including a Silver Garland finalist this year, by accumulating over 500 hours of community service. And while this data gives a glimpse of who Faith is, for a more complete picture, we should increase our sample size by stepping outside of the academic context. Faith is an accomplished artist. She's an experienced pianist, but my most recent discovery about Faith is that she considers her 2 favorite hobbies to be fishing and hunting. She grew up on a fishing boat since birth, catching her first fish as soon as she could carry her own fishing pole. Likewise, she hunted deer and turkey with her father from a very young age, with her first successful trip by age 10. Faith has an unbelievable amount of talent in everything she does. And next year, Faith is taking those talents to Auburn University, her father's alma mater. She plans to study biology and pursue medical school to become a surgeon. It was her grandfather, a radiologist, who actually inspired Faith beginning at age 4 to become a doctor. And Faith has been embracing this passion and goal for 14 years, which is astounding to me considering that my almost 4-year-old son aspires to be a bear when he grows up. And not a majestic, muscular grizzly, the kind that Faith could probably hunt down. No, he wants to be a big fat bear that can play the guitar and sing in the Disney's Country Bear Jamboree. So while my 4-year-old dreams of that, Faith at 4 years old was already committing herself to a future of saving and improving people's lives. So after reviewing all this data about Faith, we have strong evidence that she is an extremely well-rounded and accomplished person. Yet, when we introduce another variable, namely her character, we get a fuller, more complete picture of how remarkable she is. She approaches everything with an incredible work ethic, a teaching spirit or teachable spirit, and a kind heart. Her work ethic sets her apart in the classroom. While many seniors suffered from a sickness called senioritis, Faith continued to work hard and put some of her best work forth in my classroom in the 4th quarter. Her mother attests to this attribute, saying that she never even needed to encourage Faith to exceed in academics. This strong work ethic will serve Faith well in any career she pursues in the future. Also, Faith's teachable spirit has set her apart from many of her peers. In my classroom, she was always willing to ask questions to get a deeper understanding of the material, and she never shied away from a difficult problem. She will work excellently in the medical field as she has both the humility to learn from others, yet the confidence to solve difficult problems. Lastly, all of Faith's life is informed by the kindness with which she treats others. Beloved children's TV show host Mr. Rogers once said, "There are 3 ways to ultimate success. The first way is to be kind. The second way is to be kind. And the third way is to be kind." Faith is a kind young lady, kind and respectful to her teachers and her peers alike, and she will continue to see the positive effects that her kindness has on others. We at Lakeland High School have been exceedingly fortunate to have Faith walk our campus the last 4 years, and Auburn University will soon realize the privilege of having her on their campus. So now, welcome with me, ladies and gentlemen, the Lakeland Senior High School Salutatorian for the class of 2017, Faith Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. Livesey. Family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates, it is with pride that I'm here today, and I thank you for your continuous support and encouragement of Lakeland High School's talented class of 2017. To my fellow classmates, you are intelligent, artistic, and athletic, among many other things that will bring you prosperity in life, and it is the past 4 years spent with you at LHS that has enabled me to identify who I am, who I hope to become, and help to build a bridge between the two. Lakeland High School has been and will continue to be the keystone to our success, as it has provided us with much knowledge, many memories, the motivation to succeed, and will continue to push us to thrive as we go on our own ways. The monotony and certainty of a 7-period school day, 5 days per week, is over, and now we are forced to embrace the uncomfortable ambiguity that we face as we move past our high school days. While there is power in knowing your calling in life, it is essential to embrace the humility of uncertainty. A contributor for Forbes magazine, Margie Worrell, said, "The reality is that in our fast-changing, unpredictable, and accelerated workplace and world, it is those who are willing to embrace uncertainty and take decisive action, risky action, despite the many unknowns, who will reap the greatest rewards in life." While I do wish you reap great rewards in life, and I encourage you to embrace the uncertainty of the future, I'm not merited to give words of wisdom because I'm just as naive as the rest of you. There is a certain brilliance, though, to naivety that allows us to embrace courage and curiosity as we further define our futures. This day has been greatly anticipated for the past year, maybe even for the past 4 years for some of us, and now that it has arrived, I am sorry to leave the many teachers and friends who have supported me and inspired me to become the best version of myself. Endings may bring sadness, but graduation is also a beginning, and beginnings bring endless possibilities. Congratulations and good luck to you all. Class of 2017, we truly are noli secundus.
Please welcome Mrs. Donna Shattuck for the presentation of the class valedictorian.
In 1927, Lakeland High School opened its doors, and 90 years later, we are the oldest public high school in Lakeland, Florida. The Dreadnoughts hold a rich tradition in our community, and likewise, generations in the Madden family have had a vital part in Lakeland's history. However, within the family, there lies another tradition, a history of valedictorians. Grandmother Shirley, Mom Lori, and Sister Caroline. I remember joking with Mary Claire that her time was coming, so it's no surprise she sits in the first chair here before us. Valedictorian is the student who typically has the highest academic achievements in her class. Mary Claire is more than just valedictorian, who has distinguished herself with a 4.69 GPA. She is more than the numerous awards, honors, and scholarships she has achieved. She is more than an outstanding leader, superior athlete, and dedicated club member. She is a young lady with a drive and passion that she brings to everything she does, whether it's academics, sports, community, family, or friends. She is enthusiastic, reliable, bright, hardworking, and tenacious. That means she is never afraid to speak what's on her mind. I used to think no was not in her vocabulary, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this. For example, she was inspired to bring Dance Marathon to Lakeland High School, and her good work raised this year $8,000 for the Children's Miracle Network. She is more than the sum of her parts. She is more than just a valedictorian. She is a young woman who made her mark on the world and will continue to do so as she goes into her freshman year at the University of Florida. Mary Claire, you can now proudly add your name to the wonderful and talented young women in your family. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us." It's obvious, Mary Claire, that what lies within you is special and unique. It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce now the class of 2017's valedictorian, Mary Claire Madden.
Thank you, Ms. Shattuck, and good afternoon, friends, family, teachers, and administration. Today we stand, the class of 2017, a symbol of dedication and hard work. After 13 years of schooling, here are some of the things we have accomplished. We have officially stood for the pledge about 2,340 times, received 48 report cards, mastered the art of filling and answer bubbles, and spent approximately 16,000 hours in school. More importantly, we have gained the wisdom that only high school can offer and gained the confidence to take the skills we have spent 13 years polishing into the real world. We have learned the value of friendships that make even the toughest trials seem trivial. However, my fellow Dreadnoughts, we are approaching uncharted waters, waters that will allow us to explore our passions and grow into independent young adults. We will all set our goals high and experience both the exhilaration of success and the frustrations of failure. Class of 2017, always remember the excitement and accomplishment you feel today, whether it be 5 or 10 years from now. As John H. Shedd once said, "A ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are meant for." Therefore, never allow failure to ruin your desire to succeed and dream. If there is one thing high school has instilled in us, it is to keep the past and the future in mind, but ultimately live in the present. It is easy to get swept away in the regrets from the past or hopes for the future, but despite this, take time to focus on relationships with those around you and enjoy each day as it comes. The memories we have made here will last forever and stay with us as we all embark on the diverse path life has to offer. I know I'll always remember the way it felt to be George Jenkins in a 5-match thriller beside some of my best teammates ever, watch my best friends win homecoming king and queen, and spend countless nights laughing with friends while we studied. Overall, as I stand before a class full of amazing athletes, musicians, dancers, and scholars, I hope that you will all make each moment count, and wherever life takes you, make your mark and never lose motivation. Because as one of my many wonderful teachers, Paul Roberts, said, "Wherever you go, there you are." Thank you and congratulations, class of 2017, and go Gators!
Yes. Mrs. Byrd, I am proud to present to you the Lakeland High School class of 2017. Each student here has completed all requirements as prescribed by the Polk County School Board in the state of Florida and is hereby entitled to receive a high school diploma or a certificate of completion.
By the authority vested in me by the state of Florida and the Polk County School Board, I pronounce upon those of you who have completed the necessary requirements, graduates of the Polk County school system, and confer upon each of you all the rights and privileges thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Mary Claire Madden. Faith Ann Taylor. Samantha Grace Damaris. Caleb McLeod Gray. Matthew Chuming Chang. Violet Amber Nazirbaj. Devin Robert Culvert. Zoe Anna-Sue Zumbro. Samuel Squire Rockwood. Chase Thomas Ricketts. Maria Del Carmen Cardoso. Jake Evan Morse. Rebecca Marie Stone. Pedro Enrique Reyes Toledo. Sean Gage Glenn Daniels. Michael Tyrone McLeod. Sarah Nerese Borders. Mackenzie Bay McDonald. Lindsay Ann Carlton. Natalie Charlotte Rule. Julianne Grace Arcelona. Emily Hannah Lungmas. Madeline Ray Shane. Lyneth Denise. Cole Edward Brutcher. Kimberly Ann Hureska. Hector Eduardo Fuentes. Gavin Blaine Roy. Madison Brooke Brown. Sky Elizabeth Broomfield. Nicole Amber Nichols. Hayden Lee Wright. Emily Nicole Russell. Brittany Rochelle Cron. Sadie Eileen Goers. Willie Scott Baker. Eric Nathaniel Bell. Mewa Chi. Danita Joyce Lachey Ware. Kyle William Odell Watts. Aaron Paige Gertzler. Ashley Amber Bessinger. Stasia Monique McCants. Joseph Elijah Williams. Cale Mackay Joseph Davis. Chase Joseph Daly. Nathaniel Hunter Bowles. Jasmine Marie Rodriguez de Jesus. Dawson James Harper. Melissa Escobar Delgado. Allie Danielle Applewhite. Isaac Cornelius G. Caitlin Nicole Kirchhoff. Dawson Thomas Lane. Rebecca Elaine Lawrence. Natalie Michelle Bono Oliva. Colleen Grace Reed. Esdras Uribe Sanchez. Carl David Carroll. Paula Mai Brianna Faith James. Felicia Jane Felice. Jonathan Douglas Ray Blair. Devian Shantique Keels. Cody Lee Myers. Stephen Chapman Lilly. Matthew Garrett Dye. Nicholas William Filipkowski. Morgan Kaylee Benton. Brian Kyle Smith. Marilyn Kubella. Rhea Kinley Mattingly. Jordan Alexis Ferrone. Leanne Bassford. Guadalupe Laura. Alexis Lynn Woodard. Moises David Sanchez Barcos. Alexis Nicole Titus. Anaya Hubbard. Angelica Marie Bonilla. Donovan Trey Dodson. Heather Lee Goodman. Jeanette Carol Wallace. Kaylin Dayon Dixon. Devin Aubrey Denham. Maggie Michelle Teets. Omar David Rodriguez. Danye Mariah Royster. Melissa Ayman Abdel Fattah. Carson Jacob Bridges. Michaela Taylor Randolph. Crystal Marie Rivera Medina. Jonathan Mercado Centeno. Eduardo Carlos Diaz. Aaron Stephen Testerman. Garrett James Taylor. Alexis Paige Chambly. Rossi Jack Garvey. Amber Leanne Royster. Crystal Michelle Gonzalez. Cesar Eduardo Medrano. Haley Nicole Westcott. Rihanna Renee Pierce. Gabriella Adair Marshall. Yoma Iris Lopez Centra. Lena Chanel McKeldry. Reginald LaCoy Foster. Alexander Miguel Ramos. Andre Juan Santiago. Raven Shalette Daniels. Tykeria Diane Edwards. Caitlin Elizabeth Keller. Kriana Bertrice Edwards. Evan Andrew Barnett. Mohammed Ayman Abdel Fattah. Ephraim Allen Jr. Joanelle Alexis Amarante. Esteban Vasquez Benitez. Audra Lynn Garrettson. Evelyn Cruz. Emerson Omar Artiega Maradiega. Daniel Benjamin Avila. Darnisha Imani Bacon. Joshua Eric Baker. Jabari Kentrell Banks. Dontavian Dwayne Barron. Cameron Taylor Bell. Salome Elizabeth Bendelli. Zachary Zayshawn Biggins. Anthony Michael Boychek. Amaya Tierra Marshawn Brinson. Marshawn Dion Brinson Jr. Sharvin Maurice Brown. Ebony Jermisha Brown. Jadarius Dyrese Brown. Wyatt Grant Burnett. Daniel Cole Burns. Emilio Javier Miranda. Jessica Ann Long. Tyler Mitchell Burris. Casey Sullivan Calhoun. Raven Marie Calloway. Carlos Antonio Cardosa. Denilyn Judith Carpenter. Dalton Avery Carroll. Elizabeth Swendina Auerbach. Mauricio Javier Castro Jr. Miss Starlin C. Padabar Karina Chaitu. Kayla Nicole Chapman. Serena Marie Clark. Noah Andrew Claus. Tamira Deanne Clemens. Christasia Kobe. Jessiel Renee Corrales. Reginald Edwin Covington. Tariq Yusuf Coart. Angel Louisa Crespo. Demetric Levon McNair. Kristen Alicia Crespo. Summer Marie Crumley. Anthony Tyrone Davis. Damian Scott Day. Jaden Wilson Day.
Dalton Ryan DeSalvo. Lorenz DeAndre DeShazer. Daquan Tyrese Devine. Devin Lee Dice. Marco Dubrees. Tamara Denisha Dukes. Bailey Kyron Duncan. Alex Micah Edward. Avery Joseph Edward. Joseph Alexander Elliott. Dorian Rashawn Irvin. Cassandra Renee Escobedo. Roman Ruben Escobedo. Kenneth Joel Espinosa. Kevin Tyler Falcon. Ivan Figueroa Hernandez. Jacob Hunter Flansbaum. Christopher Lee Foley. Nathan Zachary Franzen. Jamie Aaliyah Frazier. Dylan Fuller. Raul Galarza Sierra. Leonardo Garcia. Darius Rashawn Gibbs Ellis. Anteaser Sloan Goers. Malachi Nathan Alexander Goff. Nicholas Philip Gonzalez. Robert Gonzalez. Amarani Gonzalez Estrada. Kimbry Danielle Goodman. Nairobi Mackay Goods Jones. Marissa Faith Green. Marquez Tremel Green. Allison Mackenzie Greer. Carmen Guerrera Abreu. Demetric Jaquez Hampton. Jimmy Kane Hardwick. Taylor Louise Harmon. Hunter Allen Hart. Kiera Christina Hassel. Terica Patrice Hendry. Justin Michael Scott Hendricks. Joscar Yael Hernandez Torres. Trevor Marshall Higgins. Andrew Jackson Hitzkus. Brandon Michael Hawk. Christopher Randall Holly. Iana Danielle Holmes Sublice. Holden Michael Hotchkiss. Christian DeMichael Huntley. Kylie Lynn Johnson. Demarius Deshaun Marquise Jones. Jeconiah Gerardus Jones. Vonzetta Rochelle Jordan. Jaya Michelle Joseph. Jacoby Rashad Joyner. Santiago De Jesus Kaufman. Matthew Allen King. LaDeja Elaine Knighton. Jaquan Dejon Lawrence. Jessica Danielle Lee. Takesha Andrea Light. Brady Alexander Little Kramer. Caitlin May Lockard. Danquarius Lamar Longs. Anellis Vanessa Marquise Ferrer. Edna Katera Charday Martin. Anna Gabriela Martinez. Damari Deshaun Mathis. Taquilla Nicole Mayfield. Wilmec Orlando Medina. Wilmette Orlando Medina. Gregory Eugene Mercer. Jada Simone Middlebrooks. Cassidy Matthew Milkey. Savon Aloysius Miller. Keyshawn Denard Milton. William Jackson Mitchell. Michael Dion Murray. Leanne Alexis Negron Rivera. Ariana Victoria Newton. Dusty Angel Nivens. Wani Brian Noel. Isaac Norti. Jamar Eloy Ocasio Navarro. Kiana Faith Ashman. Samuel Hudson Overmeyer. Beatrice Lynn Paris. Dustin James Patterson. Julia Elizabeth Payne. Eric Peebles. Daniela Pena. Eric Sean Perez. Desmond Thomas Phillips. Wesley Jack Phillips. Tristy Pomeneth. Alexis Kiana Plymill. Ian Christian Pope. Tatiana Teresa Lachey Pope. Brianna Porter. Samuel James Raker. Ansley Elizabeth Reed. Jalen Deontay Riley. Arelis Mari Rios Figueroa. Elizabeth Marie Rivera. Bobby Christopher Robinson. James Robinson IV. Tiffany Marie Sanchez Colazo. Joseph Dale Sandoval. Cassandra Destiny Santiago. Alexis Marie Sasser. Kaylee Ann Seelock. Thomas Lee Schuler. Dalton Gregory Alex Smith. Maxwell James Smith. Chiron Pierre Spates. Corithius Richard Stevens. Kiana Lachey Stewart. Destiny Lee Stover. Capilla Amigan Kiani Sutton. Jillian Caitlin Tyler. Danielle Renee Torrio. Megan Lynn Thomas. Jared Romaine Thompson. Asta Traor. Patrick Rowney Valdez Lopez. Heidi Marie Vaja Guzman. Alyssa Michelle Vargas. Rodney Jr. Vasquez Torres. Jacob Wyatt Vesey. Imani Estelle Walker. Amber Nicole Watkins. Terry James Watson. Jakari Lamont West. Thomas Jerome Porter Wiley. Jada Raquel Williams. Kalia Latrice Williams. Madison Ann Williams. Roman Ivy Willis. Kalaisha Janae Wilson. Ronald Jerome Withers. Brianna Mariah Wood. Matthew Joseph Wunsch. Brett Tyler Wyatt. Sarah Michelle Zavala. Damian Jermaine Zipper.
Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the 2017 Senior Class President, Miss Mary Claire Madden. So proud of you, girl. So proud. Nothing dead.
Please rise. Seniors, join me in moving our tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations.